What's up, YouTube? Your boy Quay Myers. If y'all watching the video, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on all social media platforms. It'll be in the description below. All right, so today, what we talking about today, Quay? So what we talking about today is I picked up a new reading habit. What made you start reading books, bro? I really started to get into books simply because I just wanted to take my life to the next level. And I'm somebody who likes to work out and go to the gym. So it's like if I work out every other part of my body, I gotta work out my brain. And reading is good for the brain. Not necessarily what you read or the difference between the two. You know how that do. But I just thought reading in general would be good for the brain, since I like to work out. And it's scientifically proven that there's some benefits to reading. So I had to find me something to read. I'm like, bro, what am I gonna read? Like, I know I need to read. It's essential to life. It's good for the brain as well as moving forward and being more intelligent and stuff like that. So I was like, I went on the internet. I was just searching around like common books that people would read in their 20s for men, stuff like that. And I came across some books. So as I got into reading books and stuff like that, I noticed I like psychology. So a lot of the books that I read relate to psychology, so I can get to know myself better as well as others around us. So with the first book that I jumped into my reading habit with is The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene. This is the concise version, so I'm not sure what the difference would be between this one and the original book. I guess this one just is a lot smaller, get straight to the point. I'm not sure, but I really like this book. I learned a lot from this book. Just to sum it all up, for me, in my opinion of this book, I believe this book is primarily for like understanding females, like the psychology of females. So in this book, it pretty much tell you like the different types of females you would come across and the type of characteristics each type of female would have, and then the psychology behind why they think the way they think and how you could capitalize off of the way they think the way they think. You know what I'm saying? So I like this book. It get real deep. So pretty much like, let's say if you're dating a girl, you know what I'm saying, you can't really figure her out as a guy, this book is essential because you can go in, scan through some of the characteristics, see what what category she falls under, and you can just go from there and try to better the relationship between you and her. Only thing I don't like about this book is like it depends on what type of person you is. You can use this book for good or evil. That's what I'm learning about these psychology books. It's like, yes, it's dropping some dimes, it's giving a lot of good information, but it just depends on what type of person is reading it. So if you're having any troubles with females or anything like that, and it's like you got a girl, but she's not really feeling you, you're trying to get her to like you a little bit more, this book is very essential. So when I do start dating again, I'll definitely dig back into this book. But also, outside of like just what you could use this book for, you also learn like just the whole aura of seduction, just the whole category of seduction, why people are friends, why people hate each other. It gets deep, but I highly recommend this one. This is definitely a book that I would come back to like a dictionary. Whenever I'm going through a situation, I would come back to this just to refresh my memory. All right. And following that author, I got into this next book. I'm pretty sure everybody heard of this. 48 Laws of Power. Another psychology book written by the same author, Robert. Shout out to my boy, Robert. This is definitely a good book. I feel like this book right here is definitely essential just to life in general. I feel like everybody should read this book because it's a good psychology book and it has a lot of real life situations that the average person has been through and that they can relate to. So it's 48 chapters, 48 different laws. All of them have meaning, but there are some that hit home more than others. And this is also a book that I could say I'm going to keep this in close range depending on what situation I'm going through in life. I'll come back to this book just to get some information, stuff like that. Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff that I learned in this book that I wish I would have read this book in maybe like middle school going into high school. I learned so much. Like a lot of the problems that I dealt with in life, I see where I went wrong in my decision making. If it gets deep. It gets real deep. But overall, this book is definitely something I recommend, especially as a dude, you know what I'm saying, walking around in this world. It gives you like an extra insight before you make a decision on something. So I highly recommend this book. This book is definitely something I'm going to keep close that I can dig back into and get information in. Only thing I didn't like about this book, just like the first one, it just depends on who's reading it. You can use this book for good or evil, depending on what type of person you are, because it gives you like, it's crazy. Like psychology is real, bro. Like the way it's explained and broken down inside this book and interpreted, it's crazy. Shout out to Robert, man. He broke it down perfect to where you can understand. And you also learn a lot of history in this book as well. Like I actually like, I was looking in it for the psychology parts, but he actually used real life situations to prove his point. So that was real cool. And I also learned a lot about the history, you know. And also what makes it cool, it also has some history about the brothers and sisters in this book that really surprised me. Like I learned something new about, our race that I didn't even know before. So shout out to your boy Robert. And yeah, I highly recommend. This is something I'm definitely gonna make my kids and stuff read, get into, try to get them into that. And then from there, the third book I read so far is another guy named Robert, but his last name is Kiyosaki. I think that's how you pronounce it. Shout out to the Roberts in the world. And this book is Rich Dad's Cashflow Quadrant. I really like this book because pretty much in this book it tells you all the legal ways people make money. So it breaks down the cash flow quadrants, or what have you. Yeah, and in this book he talks about employers, people who work for someone else, and then you got the self-employed people with their own businesses, and then you have the people who own businesses themselves, but they have 500 or more employees, and then you have people who just simply invest. So he just breaks down each of those categories, and this also is like a little bit of a psychology book as well, because he breaks down the thought process of each person in each category of the cash flow quadrants, and it's pretty funny though, because like, for example, he was saying like, you don't hear too many people saying, hey, I want to own a big corporation that has 500. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me, y'all. You don't hear too many people speaking on saying, hey, I want to have a big corporation where I have 500 plus employees. But you would hear a lot of people saying, oh, yes, bro, I'm working on my side hustle, to open up my own business, this, that, or what have you. And then you have some people saying, oh, I have bills to pay, so, I have to go to work. I need this job. So it's like, look, it's like with this book, he's trying to change the way you think. He's trying to persuade you to, aim big, And then he's also breaking down the facts of like why it's good to go big. Talks about taxes. So this book is, I would say this book is more like half persuasion. Because he's persuading you, to believe in yourself and strive for the greats. And then he gives you information and stuff like that as well that you can apply. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And yeah, so I like this book. This book definitely like opened up my mindset and changed the way I think, Because definitely changed the way I think. And yeah, I recommend this one too. But this isn't a book that I would say you're just gonna get so much like impact from it. Not this one. I wouldn't say this book is a major impact. This book is more like opening your mind and like, letting you know how money is made, one, and then persuading you to aim for the stars, because there's numerous amounts of times in the book where he says like it's okay to just be average, make a steady income, work a normal job, get a house and live basic, so that's why I like this book. He did not persuading you. He not necessarily saying that anyone's wrong for their financial goals, but if you want to be financial free, at least understand how people make money. That'll be the first step to getting to that next level. So the cash flow quadrants. If you don't know the cash flow quadrants, you're probably not going to be aiming for a millionaire. You can't be a millionaire without learning these 4 basic things. So the E is for employee, self-employed, big business and invest. So it's a good book. It's definitely a book for people who trying to get financially free. And that's where I'm at with it. Like, I'm reading books, but I'm also trying to learn as well as take it to the next level, take it to the next level. And it's possible, man. So it's like, and then I'm a first generation with everything that I've been doing in my life. So it's like, bro, why not take your life to the next level? So I've been reading books, just trying to get my mind right. Just, I'm excited. I'm excited for the come up. I'm excited to aim for the star. Like, I've never read a book since like middle school. We had to get AR points, bro. So like for me to pick up books this late in my life and like to really pursue it, and now I actually like it and it's a hobby, I actually got a few more books that I started reading, but that's gonna be for the next video. But yeah, I recommend everybody should start reading. I mean, yeah, these books are pretty simple. I'm pretty sure everybody heard these books, but I'm just trying to create a new habit for myself, you know. And reading is a good habit, bro. And I've learned so much from these books as well. It's like, so I would recommend if you're gonna read a book, I would read something that's very informational, something that you can pick up from it. I mean, I don't have anything against like fiction books or like, you know, fairy tales and stuff like that. But for me, I like to read to, you know, level up. So every time I read a book, I want to feel like I connected with that author. He talked to me one-on-one. He gave me all the tips and cues that I needed. So yeah, it's your boy Quay Myers. Thank y'all for hanging in here with me. If y'all still here, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on all social media platforms. But yeah, this is my new reading hobby. Sorry if I look a mess right now, but it's all good. We moving in the right direction. So I recommend everybody pick up a book and read. It's good for the mind. And what's funny, before I get out of here, bro, when I first started getting in the habit of reading again, bro, I would read like 2 pages and I'll be like dozing off. So like, that lets me know I've came a long way. So like, that's just like being in the weight room, bro. If you haven't been in the weight room for a long time and you try to hit that 225 and you can't really rep it out how you used to, bro, you just got to get your muscle memory back. So right now I'm just trying to reconnect these brain cells, y'all. Learn some as I can and, you know, hit that next level. So that's it for me, man. That's my new reading hobby. These are the 3 books I've read so far. And I plan on reading more and more. So we're going to see how many books I read this year. And we're going to stay on track. We're going to document this down as, you know, my book journey, my reading book journey. So this is the beginning. I read 3 books so far. It's 2024. Let's see how it goes. Like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy Quay Myers, and I'm out of here.